And welcome back to the Betting Odds Show, the show that gives you the comprehensive rundown of the trending betting markets. And Anton is here to give his free best bets for the biggest game in football. How are you, Anton? You okay?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, thanks, Charlie. Not so bad.
I've got you down here as a punting powerhouse, so hopefully the free tips that you provide will ring true. Did you watch any of the football last night?
I didn't know I had a well-deserved night off last night. Went out for a few scoops.
You're lucky, very lucky man. Some terrible games, including Brighton, Newcastle. However, we did have a big winner. We didn't have a winner, but someone that was following a punter. He had three cards: Danny Rose, Matt Ritchie, Dale Stevens, all to be carded. 150 to 1. He had 20 quid on it, so we won £3,000 and £3,020. So it just shows you of the cards. Simon Hooper there, but yeah, stuff of dreams made of. So well done. That was Chris Crook. So moving on to Wednesday, and Man United playing West Ham. And I just wanted to ask you, after David De Gea's I feel like we talk about mistakes literally like every 2 weeks now. Another two clangers versus Chelsea. Ladbrokes released some odds that he was odds on to start in net for them next season, with Dean Henderson 11-8, so a 42% chance to start for Man United. What do you think will happen? Who will start?
I think De Gea will be there next season, to be honest. I think he's been at the club too long for him to just move him out off the back of a couple of mistakes. Yeah, Henderson's having a great season at Sheffield United, but I think David De Gea has actually been there about seven seasons now. And yeah, he goes through a blip. Another thing, you see De Gea all the time because Man United are on TV every bloody game, so every little mistake is highlighted and Twitter erupts every time he does anything.
But yes, you think like this season, last season, it's not one or two.
What he was poor against Chelsea, yes, but for me, he's still the one I'd want at United.
For me, I think after the last two seasons, I think there's been 8 or 9 a season, and it's costing them serious points and trophies in the FA Cup. So I think they need to make a bold statement, but we'll see what happens with there. And obviously Wednesday night, Anton, I know you've been looking forward to it. Liverpool will lift the Premier League trophy. Obviously they're paying Chelsea beforehand. How's the betting looking, and what are your free tips?
Well, you've actually got Liverpool at around evens to win this one. Chelsea are being backed as we speak, as you can imagine, because a win here would confirm Chelsea's place in the top 4, and it would mean they would not need to get anything at home to Wolves on the final day. But it's quite a tough one to predict, this one. I think Liverpool have lost 3 of the last 9 in the Premier League after only losing 3 of the last 79 before that, which is some stat there for you. But I'm actually staying away from the result myself personally in my bets for the game. And the first bet I'm going for is Marcus Alonso to have 1 or more shots on target. And I can tell you this bet has landed in Alonso's last 3 starts for Chelsea. In those 3 games, his last 3 starts, he's had 8 shots, with 3 of them being on target. And a really nice little stat for you here, Charlie. Away from home this season, Marcus Alonso has a better shots per game average than Willian does, Giroud does, and Barkley does. He's actually averaging 1.9 shots per game away from home, which I think is some go in that. Anyway, on to the price. When the market opened, he actually jumps on this one at 12-5 myself. That's 3.4 as a decimal. Betfair and Paddy Power have actually cut it now slightly to 15-8. But I still think that is a very respectable price when you've got Sky Bet who are offering this one at evens. So for me, Marcus Alonso, 1 or more shots on target, sometimes on set pieces as well. Loves to go forward, we know that. So that's the bet for me, 15-8 that currently is.
Yeah, that was enjoyable when that came in against West Ham in the opening 2 minutes, was it?
Yeah, I think we backed him at 9-4 that day to have a shot on target, and it came in within 4 minutes. So let's hope he can win us another one here.
Yeah, sounds good. What else we got, mate?
My second bet I'm going for is Liverpool's Joe Gomez to be carded. And he's actually got the joint most yellows for Liverpool this season. That's six yellows in the league with Fabinho. And miraculously, he's been booked in 3 of his last 5 games as Gomez. And the last time out was against Arsenal. And again, we've got a bit of an issue with price here. I saw that this one was 4-1. They had Fabinho at 15-8, did Betfair and Paddy Power. And they had Joe Gomez at 4-1. They both had the same amount of cards this year. Joe Gomez has had that in less games as well. So I've backed that at 4-1. Unfortunately, that 4-1's gone now. And the top price is 7-2. That's available with William Hill and with Sky Bet at the moment for Joe Gomez to be carded.
Yeah, it seems like he's come back a very angry man, especially after he faced Sterling. So maybe he isn't the big man, but...
Definitely, and he's not the only one who I think's got a little bit of a nasty streak about him in that Liverpool defence, if I'm honest. And I know that can be a good thing at times, but more to do with that in this 60-1 shot that I'm rounding things off with. As we know, we've had a 40-1 winner in the last 2 weeks and a 66-1 winner. So picked out a 60-1 here. You might want to wait for team news on this because we know what it's like at this time of the year. But if you back it with Paddy Power, you have got a cash out available, so you can get it out if your players are not starting and then make some amendments. But I'm going with the same formula: 2 shots on target and 2 cards. And the shots on target: Sadio, Mane, and Christian Pulisic to have 1 or more shot on target. Mohamed Salah's 1-8 here. Mane's 1-3. No brainer for me. Much more value in that. Mane goes into this little same game multi. He also did look the most threatening of the front 3 against Arsenal last week as well. Pulisic should come back in for this one. He was on the bench for the FA Cup semi-final. I think he'd taken a slight knock, but behind Tammy Abraham, he averages the most shots per game at Chelsea this season. He's averaging 1.1 on target per game. So you can see that this one comes in most games that he plays. Onto the cards. And I mentioned a bit of value with Liverpool and someone who I think has a bit of a nasty streak. It's Trent Alexander-Arnold, and he's actually 4-1 to be booked here. And I do think he can just be a little bit of a shit at times, to be honest. Fantastic player. Great season he's having. But he's been booked 5 times in the league. And I think the 4-1 doesn't really represent that. So I'm adding him into this one. And the final card for this bet, Kovacic for Chelsea. 8 yellows in the league this season. Only Jorginho with more, with 10. He looks a nice bit of value when you compare Jorginho's even money with Betfair, and you've got Kovacic at 5-2. So I think that's another no-brainer. Rounding it all off, that's Mane and Pulisic, a shot on target each, with cards for Kovacic and Trent Alexander-Arnold. 60-1, Paddy Power and Betfair.
Yeah, I like that. Really like the 2 bookings you've highlighted. I don't know if you saw BT's video of Robertson and Trent when they're mic'd up, but you could really verbally hear them going mad. And I think that's testament to their winning mentality and winning at all costs and get angry. But I like Trent. But yeah, like I said, he can be a little shit and aggressive. But I think that makes him the player that he is, and he's going to.
I agree. I agree, definitely.
Lovely. 60-1 to finish it off. And then we can enjoy Liverpool lifting the Premier League title. Anyway,
I'm just pleased there'll be no one there to see it, so it's all right, isn't it? We'll let them have that one.
Well, they've spent thousands of pounds on a massive podium and a light show, apparently. So
yeah, that's transfer budget for summer, I've heard.
We'll see, but hopefully it should be a good game with Chelsea needing to win. But thanks to Anton, another 3 good tips, and hopefully we can finish the season with a bang. We are going to be back ahead of Sunday's final day of the season with something a bit special lined up, so stay tuned for that video. Apologies if you've heard the guttering people in my house during this video, but make sure you subscribe, and as always, gamble responsibly. That's from me and Anton until the final day of the Premier League. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.